All right, we are live. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to day one of the masterclass. Let me know where you're tuning in from, whether you're tuning in live or watching the replay. You can type in the chat, give a heart or a like. I know now sometimes Facebook doesn't really notify people when people are going live. So we're going to wait for a little bit. So if you're new to the community, welcome. We do this every month. Although the last month and this month we're combining together because I was traveling and I'll be traveling again. I'm going to I was in London for 1 week 2 weeks ago, and then hi Brenda, good to see you. And then I'm going to Dubai in 2 weeks. That's why this 2 months, normally we'll have one masterclass every month, but this 2 months we're doing it in one. So that's why we're doing it in the middle. So glad you're able to make it. Yeah, so I don't know why I'm not able to see who's live or whatnot, but if you are live, say, give a heart, give a like, let me know you're here. And so how this master class works is, if you have never been to one of these, is that there's usually a workbook. So if you have not downloaded your workbook, please make sure to do so. And then just go into the Facebook group, and then you'll see the workbook posted. So it's not so important you print out the workbook, because I'm actually going to go along with it. However, what I do want you to do is actually write it out. So if you don't have the workbook printed out, it's okay. Just grab a notepad and a pen, and then I want you to actually take some notes. So this is a workshop, meaning you're going to be working as we're going. Okay, so it's not going to be like you're going to hear me talk and teach and things like that. I want you to actually be working, and I want you to walk away with things during this 1 hour that you actually learned and you can actually apply to your life. Okay, so that's very, very important. So give you some time to look for the workbook. Okay, make sure you have it handy. Or go grab a pen and notepad. Okay. So before we go into the 3 days and the masterclass, what I actually want to do, because I do see that we have a few new members in the group. So first of all, welcome to this group, to the Wealthy Mindset for Entrepreneur group. And here we talk about all things about mindset, obviously, hence the name of the group. And this group is for everybody, actually, because to me, everybody is an entrepreneur, whether or not you are actually, a business owner, or you're self-employed, or even if you're an employee currently. To me, you're all entrepreneurs. Okay, because you're all working on yourself for yourself. So that's why I feel like everybody is an entrepreneur. Okay, or maybe you have a full-time job and then you have a side uh, gig or a hustle. That's totally fine too. Okay. So at the end of the day, this group is, I wanted to be able to share some information with you guys that you can actually apply. Maybe you have some of the ideas, maybe you've heard of them. Some of the ideas, maybe you have not heard of them. Okay. So regardless, I want you to have open mind. Okay. Every time when you come on these calls, or, when I do a Facebook Lives, just have an open mind. Okay. Don't reject the idea right away just because they don't fit into your way of thinking currently. Okay? But so don't reject them right away, because I am going to go over some concepts and ideas you may or may not have heard about. Okay. So hello, welcome whoever just joined in. So give a heart, give a like. Let me know that where you're tuning in from. And I'm just, going over some introduction. And also, for those of you that don't know who I am, if you have never seen me speak, welcome. And my name is Amy Lin. You can actually see it on the banner. So I am the CEO and founder of the Opulent Academy, and I'm also the admin for this group. Okay, and I'll share with you a little bit background about me. So I've been in coaching for the past 3 years, and I'm also a speaker and an author, and that's why I'm actually going to Dubai to be speaking in 2 weeks. So I'm very excited about going to Dubai. So, and I've been working with the late Bob Proctor. Any one of you who knows Bob Proctor, let me know in the chat. So he was my mentor for the past 3 years, and he had just recently passed away. However, he impacted a lot of people. I don't know, tens and thousands, maybe millions of people. If you have ever read the book or watched the movie The Secret, maybe you'll definitely know who he is. So he was actually one of the teachers in the book The Secret. So Bob was known for, he was actually the number one teacher on human potential and success. So when I was going through my personal development journey, and I'll share a little bit later on today as well, I came across Bob, and in my mind, like, if I'm going to learn about, who I am and my infinite potential, I want to learn from the best. And in my opinion, Bob was the best in the field at human potential and the power of the mind. So that's when I started working with him 3 years ago. And I can tell you, and my clients would tell you the same thing, is that when you actually work with a mentor or a coach, your life will shift very quickly, right? So this is what I call a shortcut. Okay, if you were to work on yourself by yourself, read self-help books, um, you will still grow in a sense, but it might just take you longer, right? But if you are working with a coach or a mentor, the coach or mentor will help you to shrink the times. Okay, so just imagine, back in school, once, back in the days, I think all of us have been in school at some point. And, when we were younger, we would hire what? Like athlete coaches, basketball coach, piano coach, math coach, like whatever coach, right? Why do we do that? So that we can excel in whatever subject that we were learning, right? But then for some reason, after we graduated school, after, became adults, going to adulthood, like, we stopped doing that. And if you look at the most successful people, including like Oprah or Michael Jordan or even Obama, right? President Obama, they all had what? They all had coaches, right? So regardless of where they were, like how successful a certain level they've reached, they all had coaches. Right? So it's something you really want to think about. How come even successful people, even though they reach a certain point, they're still hiring coaches, right? So at one point, I actually had three coaches at one point, and just in different area, of course. So I had one in mindset, right? I had one in speaking because I wanted to become a speaker, and then lastly, I had one for sales, right? So because I wanted to excel in those areas, so the easiest way, the fastest way was to hire a coach or a mentor. Okay. So so that's a little bit background of who I am. And so all the things that I'm sharing with you, all the things that I'm teaching is through all the knowledge that I've acquired throughout the years that I've actually applied on myself. And also I'm actually also teaching my clients, right? So you in the group you'll see some of my clients as well. Okay, so that's a little bit background about who I am before we go into the masterclass. Okay, so why don't we get started? And then I'll share with you the outline of how the 3 days will go. Okay, So today I'm going to be sharing with you steps, three steps on how you can unlock the infinite potential. So let me ask you guys this question, okay? And I want you to think about it. Do you believe that you have infinite potential within you? Feel free to type in the chat whatever answer comes up. Like don't overthink it. Like, oh, what does she mean by infinite potential? Like just intuitively what comes out for you? It's either yes, no, maybe, or I don't know, right? So type in the chat. Do you believe that you have infinite potential within you? That's my first question. Something to think about. And you know, and what's interesting is that every time when I ask people this question, nobody, okay, not one person will tell me that they don't believe that. Not one person. They Yes, yes, thank you. I hopefully I can see the name. I can't see the name. It just says Facebook user, so okay. Thank you. I can't see your name, but yes, so you do believe it. Okay, good. So most people, like actually majority of people that I talk to, they all tell me that they do believe it. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see the comments on my phone, but I can see it uh on here. Okay, no worries. And then we have some people tuning in from YouTube as well. So I'm just, navigating. So if your answer is yes to the question, do you believe you have infinite potential? The answer is yes. Okay, good, good. Majority of people that I talk to, they all say yes. Then the second question that I want you to ask yourself is again, intuitively, okay, how do you bring the infinite potential within you out? How do you bring the infinite potential within you out? Oh, I think it's Mercedes. Hi, Mercedes. Good to see you. Good morning. Brenda says yes. Yay! I'm coming. I'm seeing the comments. Awesome. Hi, Mercedes. Good to see you. And hi, Brenda. Good to see you. So the answer is yes. Then the second question is, how do you bring it out? Okay. So Mercedes says faith. Oh, I love that. Yes, definitely faith is very important, okay? But then before we go into faith, okay, even before that, do you anyone any of you know how to bring out the infinite potential? Like, did you learn that in school? Okay, so Brenda says meditation and visualization. And this is how you tell who are my clients, right? Because the answer that they give is very different. Absolutely, right? So the reason why Brenda says meditation and visualization is because she knows that these are the tools on how you can bring it out of you, right? Again, out of you, right? But then but let me ask you, Brenda, did you learn that in school? Like did teachers ever teach you how to meditate, how to visualize to bring out your infinite potential out? How did you know that? No. Right? I knew it was no. Yeah, because none of us, no, we were not taught on how to bring that infinite potential. We were just told, oh, you have everything within you, right? We were told, but no one told us how, right? And the reason why it's not that they were trying to hide things from us, is because they don't even know. Oh, Brenda, I tell you. Yes. Absolutely. So again, right, we were not taught from our going to school, right? So we had to learn ourselves through, like I said, coaches, mentors, or personal development, right? To go out and learn outside, right, rather than at school. Okay, good. So all right, so why don't we get started? Okay, so again, I'm gonna pull up the workbook. If you don't have it, it's okay. Just look at my screen. Okay, so I like to start off today with a quote, and you can follow along with it. Okay, with me. Okay. It reads that I am not who you think I am. I am not who I think I am. I am who I think you think that I am. I know what some of you guys are thinking. You're like, wait, what? Like, that's what happened when I first heard it. I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, it's not that hard to understand, but yet, like, I don't understand. Okay. So I'm going to say that again, and just slow down and really just think about what I'm saying here. I am not who you think that I am. I am not who I think that I am. I am who I think you think that I am. Did you guys get that the second time? Basically, if we break it down, okay, it talks about that we have this perception of who we think we are, right? And we have this perception of how other people see us. Yeah, I know. It is a bit difficult, that's right. But if you think a little bit deeper, okay, I am who you think that I am. So it's the perception of how I think, how you think of me, right? It's all a projection. Okay. So I want you to think about that a little bit. I know it's a little bit tongue twister and the mind kind of like, right? That's why I wanted to leave it up there for you. Okay. So why don't we go into it? So today, what we're going to be talking about, I wanted to actually talk about, since we're talking about wealth, right? Unlocking the wealth within. First question I want to ask you is, what is wealth? And there's no right or wrong answer. Okay. So just type in the chat, what's your definition of what wealth is? When people talk about wealth, right? And the reason why when I came up with the name of this group, I very purposely chose the word wealthy. Okay, because wealth means a lot of things. It doesn't just mean money, actually, right? I think the perception is, oh, wealth means money. Not It doesn't not just mean wealth. So I want to hear from you guys. What's your understanding of what wealth is? What does wealth compasses? What is wealth? And oh, Sai, if you can pull it up a little bit so people can see. Thank you. So the first question is, what does wealth mean to you? Maybe it means different things for different people. Yeah, Mercedes said having abundance in many ways. Yes, yes. What are the ways? And what ways? Abundance and what ways? So finances, right? Most people are familiar with finances, right? What else? Finances is one part of it for sure. Hey, so possessions and money, yes. So financial, absolutely. How about your health? How about your health? Especially after this whole pandemic, right? I think a lot of people have a new profound understanding of what true wealth is, right? True wealth is health, right? Health and vitality. Yeah, family, absolutely. Finance, time, spirituality, stability. Yes, yes, there we go. Yeah, time, right? Having time freedom, isn't that wealth, right? Money can buy time, right? But time is actually limited. You can always earn more money, but time, once it's gone, it's gone. But you can actually buy time with money. That's the beauty of money, right? So definitely wealth is freedom, yeah? Choices, right? Wealth, right? Having the time, the ability to spend it with whoever you want, whenever you want, whatever you want. Yeah, for sure, good health, right? So having good health, having the ability, right, financially to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want, with no restriction, isn't it? Having freedom, having choices, right? So with loved ones, yeah. Okay. So that's what I want you to think about when I talk about wealth. Okay. And there are actually three types of wealth. The number two question. Okay. There are three types of wealth. There is, you guys mentioned it already. Number one is material things. Yes, being able to make choices. That's right, Mercedes. So, so the first thing is material things, right? Money, okay? Physical things, maybe houses, yachts, um, whatever material things that you like to possess. Yeah. The second type of wealth is intellectual wealth. Intellectual, your mind, right? If your mind is the most powerful thing, then all of us, right, intellectually, we have intellectual what? Property, intellectual wealth. Okay, your thoughts. That's the second one. And then the third one would be spirituality. I think Mercedes talked about it, right? Spirituality is exploring who you are as a human being and beyond this body, right? Spirituality. Okay, very good. So those are the three types of wealth. And in this next 3 days, I'm gonna be talking about three simple steps on how you can unlocking your wealth. Okay, and they're in the three A's. I call it three A's. And if you can type in the chat, that way that's how you learn, right? You learn as you write. So the number one thing is awareness. Please type it in the chat or write it down. Awareness. And that's why I'm going to be talking about it today. Awareness. Okay, that's number one. The three A's, I call it. Awareness. Number two is alignment. So write that down. Alignment. Yeah. Thank you. Number two is alignment, which I'll talk about tomorrow. Okay, what is alignment? Why? How come? Why is alignment important? Okay. Number three, and this is what I'm going to be talking about on the last day, is attraction. Yeah, thank you, Mercedes. So, number one is awareness. Number two is alignment. Number three is attraction. Okay, do you see that? It's in progression. Okay, you have to first have the awareness to be able to shift and change. Number two, secondly, you have to be aligned, right? Internally, as well as aligning with what is it that you want. Okay. Once you aligned, right? You know how they say that the stars aligning? Once you aligned internally and externally, you'll be able to easily attract. You see? Okay, so the three simple steps. I think everyone can remember that. Okay, awareness, alignment, attraction. Good. So number four, then I'm gonna ask you this question. Okay, if you pay attention to just what I was saying just now. Number four, the question is, what is the first step to change? Fill in the blank. What is the first step to change? Give you a hint. It's one of those A's that we just talked about. What is the first step to change? Yes, your mindset, absolutely. Absolutely. But if you're looking at the three A's that I just mentioned, awareness, yeah, thank you, Brenda. Awareness. Write that down. Awareness is the first step to change. How can you change something if you're not aware? Right? I don't know that I don't know. That you can't change it. So the first step, if you're wanting to change something, is first become aware that, oh, maybe I need to change this, or oh, maybe I didn't know about this. Right? It's becoming aware. Okay. So, and you want to add this to your notes too. Your level, your income level is actually depends on your level of awareness. So write that down. Your income, how much money you're earning, is actually depends on your level of awareness. Hello, hello. For people that are just jumping on, we're going through the day one of the masterclass talking about how to unlocking your wealth. Okay. And I'm talking about the awareness. So if you're not aware, you can't change something. Okay. So the first step is to become aware of something. Okay. So, first thing I want you to become aware, as you can see, number five, the question is, who am I? That's a loaded question, isn't it? So, type in the chat. Who do you think you are? Who are you? If someone asks you, who are you, Brenda? Who are you, Mercedes? Who are you? What do you say? What comes up for you? It's a simple question, but not an easy one, right? Do you know who you are? So there's no right or wrong answer and for this one. I just want you to start thinking about it. Oh, I love it. I'm a wonderful person. Yes, you are. Mercedes. Brenda says, I'm a spiritual being. Ooh, what does that mean? Huh? Yeah. What does that mean? We are spiritual beings. What does that mean? So let's take that as an example, okay? So Brenda says, I'm a spiritual being. The second question is, what does that mean? You'll hear people talk about, oh, I'm not a spiritual person, right? Or, oh, going to spirituality. But what most people don't understand is that it's not that we're a physical being having a spiritual experience. That's actually not the case. It's actually total opposite. It's like what Brenda said. We're actually spiritual beings having a physical experience. So what does that mean? If you want to be able to unlock the infinite potential within you, you have to first know who you are, right? If you don't even know who you are, how are you able to bring it out? Okay, so Mercedes said we're energy, both material and spirit. Absolutely, absolutely. And what does that mean, right? So if we are spirit, okay, we're definitely spirit and we live in the physical body, right? Meaning, what does that mean? It means that we have infinite potential, right? Because if we're a spirit, spirit is, just think about spirit. Another word for spirit is energy, if you will. Okay? Like what Mercedes said. Exactly. Energy. And energy is everywhere, right? Everywhere. You may not see it, but energy is everywhere. So think of it when you say spirit is everywhere, right? It's omnipresent. That's what it means. Meaning it's everywhere and it's infinite, it's ever flowing, right? With no restriction. That's truly who we are, right? But yet we're living in the physical body. So it feels like we're, limited in the physical body, but actually we're infinite. Okay. So I want to bring this awareness to you if you weren't aware of that yet, right? I wasn't aware of that before. I didn't know. I didn't know who I was. And that's why I went on this seeker's journey, right? My personal development journey to find out who I was, right? And the more that I know who I am, the more that I know what I want to do, the more that what I want, the more and my better results in my life, right? I don't know if any of you can relate. Okay. If you want to, a lot of people think that, oh, they want to, scale their business, right? Or have better relationships. They always think it's external, right? But it's not external. External is only the effect of what's happening inside. So you got to figure out who you are, and then, outside causes, your business, your relationships, your finances will all improve. Okay, that's why you are the most important thing. Good. So, number 6, I want you to ask yourself, where did your beliefs come from? Because your beliefs create your reality. Your beliefs create your realities. So then you wanted to dig a little bit deeper as to where did your beliefs come from? Ask yourself. If you believe, it could just be a simple belief, right? I believe that I have to work hard for money. I believe that money comes through hard work, for example, right? I use money because money, it's universal, right? A universal language. So think about some of the beliefs that you have because they're creating your realities. So ask yourself this question: where did my beliefs come from? What's your first instinct when I ask you that? Where did my beliefs come from? Do you know? So Brenda says parents, teachers. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So other people. Other people. Like when you become aware that you're carrying around other people's beliefs, they're not even yours. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and Mercedes says your education, absolutely, your upbringings, right? So do we ever question them? The validity of them, how valid they are, how true are they? And that's why number 7, the question is, are all your beliefs 100% accurate? What do you guys think? Are all your beliefs, all of your beliefs? And how do you know what your beliefs are? Just look at your results. Like you live in a certain city, in a certain country, in a certain neighborhood because you have certain belief. Yeah. So Brenda says no, right? No, not all of your beliefs are accurate. Probably not, right? But did you know that you guys are living your life based off your beliefs? So guess what? If you don't like your results, change your beliefs. That's the mindset part, right? Change your beliefs. But it's easy to say than done, right? Okay, I can just say, okay, how do I change my belief, right? Because a lot of us have had the beliefs, the way of thinking for years, right? Depending how old you are, right? If you grew up like, with parents and education and things like that, it's been a while. Okay, so the good news is that you can change them, right? But it takes some time to change them. Make sense? Yes, yes, makes sense. Okay, good. So the next question is comfort zone. Put this down, put this word down. Comfort zone equals danger. Danger zone. Comfort zone equals danger zone. Okay. If you stay, yes, Mercedes, you want to change your beliefs. Absolutely. And that's why you're on today's masterclass, right? Good, 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 good. That's the awareness, right? First is I want to change my beliefs, right? The second is how, right? And I'm showing you how, okay? With some ideas and concepts, okay? So going back to the comfort zone, if you stay in your comfort zone, you'll never grow, right? And you will never change. So your growth is truly outside of your comfort zone. Your growth is outside of your comfort zone. So what that means is as you're growing, it's going to get uncomfortable, right? It's going to get uncomfortable. And no one wants to be uncomfortable, right? Especially ladies. I know all the ladies can relate, right? Ladies will wear like heels, high heels, right? We want to look pretty, but honestly, they're not comfortable. I'm still waiting for someone to invent heels that look pretty and comfortable. I think they will make a huge a lot of money. Right? Why can't they make heels that look great and comfortable? Like even those expensive heels, I forgot the names now, but they're still uncomfortable, right? I'm like, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars and they're still hurt my feet. Okay. So anyway, so in order for you to grow, it's gotta be uncomfortable, right? And then no one wants to be uncomfortable. Everybody wants to, in their PJ and relaxing, right? No one wants to be uncomfortable. Nobody. Okay. But then just like going to the gym, okay, yeah, you can be lazy at home, but you won't have a healthy body, right? Physique if you want. Okay. So write that down. Comfort zone equals danger zone. Okay, so you gotta be uncomfortable. So number 9, on a scale of 1 to 10, oh, how well do you know yourself? Okay, so do this intuitively, meaning don't overthink it. Don't like, how well do I know myself? Like, don't overthink it. Put down a number. Like, intuitively, what comes up? Just ask yourself, how well do I know myself? Boom. Put it in the chat. What, for me, what came up is number 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, right? For me is 8. That just intuitively, that just came up. I didn't think it. It just came to me. So how well do you know you? Ooh, Brenda is 8 too. Okay. Awesome. More and more now, yeah, Brenda? More and more. Your number went up, Brenda, right? I think before it was lower. Yeah. Comfortable shoes are 6. Is that your shoe size? Oh, that's too funny. Is that how well you know yourself, or is that your shoe size, Mercedes? No worries, no worries. No need to be sorry. It's all good. Yeah, Brenda, it has come up a bit. Absolutely, because you've been working on yourself, right? Yeah, yeah, you see? Good, good. That's improvement. Yeah. Give yourself on a pat on the shoulder. That's a big improvement. Okay, so Mercedes is 6. Okay, good, good. So just write it down, right? Write out where you're at right now. That's all. Okay, good. So your goal, okay, your goal is to and continue to grow. Yeah, absolutely. We all have a lot to learn, Mercedes. We all have a lot to learn. Okay, we're all in the same boat, right? As you grow and expand your awareness, you realize, wow, how much you don't know. So it's never ending. Okay, it's like never gonna be like, oh, I have arrived. It will never be like that. So no worries. There's endless things to learn, right? Okay, good. So then let's go into let's shift the gear a little bit. I have 15 minutes. So I now what I want to do is I wanted to share a few concepts of self, right? If we're talking about how well you know yourself, then we have to understand the some of the descriptions that we use when it comes to self. Okay. So the number one, you want to write this down, is self-love. Self-love. And actually today is a national international women's day. So hi ladies. Celebrate all of the women, right? Or men who are watching this. It's all good. We can all celebrate together. Okay. So what is self-love? Can anyone tell me? What is self-love? Type in the chat. What is self-love? I think 2 years ago I had a session with kind of like consulting in a way, and they asked me. They said, "Oh, you, how much do you love yourself?" And I thought I love myself a lot because I get to do whatever I want. So I'm like, "Oh, I thought I loved myself a lot," and then it comes down to actually I didn't really truly know what that meant. What is self love? Anyone tell me? Yeah, Banda says respect and accept yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. They're both, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciation for yourself, right? Respect and accept unconditionally. So again, you want to ask yourself, do you do that? How much self-love do you give to yourself? Do you appreciate yourself? Or do you beat yourself up? Right? We're so good at beating ourselves, aren't we? We're so good at beating ourselves up. We're so critical about ourselves, actually. But we got to change that, right? We got to change that. So ask yourself, start thinking about, do I love myself? How much love do I give to myself? Okay. Yeah, not always. Yeah, that's right. We got to change that, right? We got to change that, Mercedes. And I know this is a paradigm, right? It's a paradigm, meaning, as women, first thing, right? I was just having this conversation with Brenda earlier, right? As women, as mothers, right? We tend to what? Put other people first, right? Put other people first, our kids, maybe husband, family, and then we put our needs last, right? I think it's just the nature of women are just so nurturing, right? Hmm. We ask too much. What does that mean, Mercedes? What do you mean by we ask too much? Right. So we put other people first and we put ourselves last. Right. So we don't give ourselves enough self-love actually. Ah, I see, I see. Okay. Yeah, we demand ourselves too much, which is okay, right? You got to demand of yourself. You got to have high standards, but you don't want to beat yourself up. You see? So this is what I always say to my clients. Be tough on yourself, but don't be hard on yourself. Write that down. Be tough, but not be hard, right? And what is the difference? Is you gotta, right? Like discipline yourself. Like, hey, you gotta be your own cheerleader, okay? But then don't beat yourself up like, oh, you should have done that. You should have done better. How come you're not doing this? Other people is better. Like that's beating yourself up. That's being hard on yourself. Okay. So there's a difference. Good. Yeah. So, okay, I wanted to go into the next one. The next one, Sai, if you can help me, thank you. Self-worth. Ooh, this is a big one. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna go over self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-image. Okay, what is self-worth? Anyone tell me? They're all related, but they're all different. What is self-worth? So I'm not talking about net worth, right? I'm not talking about how much assets you have in the bank. I'm not talking about your real estate portfolio, all that. That's net worth. I'm talking about self worth. What is self worth? Yes, knowing your value. That's right. Exactly, Mercedes. Yep. So here's the question for you, okay? So we all agreed, right? Earlier, we all agreed that we are spirit, right? Or spirit or a spiritual being. We're infinite, right? We all agree earlier. Yes, yes, yes. So if we agree that we're infinite, then let me ask you this question. How do you put a value on something that's infinite? Tell me, how do you put some value on something that's infinite? You can't, can you? You can't. And the following question to that is, how much do you value yourself? That's your own worth, self worth. You give it to yourself, not from outside, okay? Not from this winning this award or, you know, this recognition, things like that. And none of that. That's from outside validation, okay? You want to give yourself self worth, right? Not depending on outside circumstances. So this is one of the biggest things that, include myself and also my clients, that's really stopping them from achieving their potential is because low self-worth. Okay? So I want you to think about it. How much do you value yourself? Exactly. That's right, Mercedes. Don't know your true worth. We don't know our true worth. Absolutely. That's why you're not getting paid for what you're truly worth. That's why you're not living the way that you should be really living. You see that? That's why I'm so like um I wanted to be able to share with people what does that mean to live an opulent life, right? Because that's truly what we deserve. To live a life where there's abundance, full of, richness like money, time, everything, choices. Okay? So you got to know who you are and how much you're worth. Okay? And your self-worth controls how much money you earn, actually. So write that down if you didn't know that. Your self-worth controls how much money you earn. So if you want to earn more money, you better increase your self-worth. Right? Very simple. All right. So the next one, self-esteem. What do you guys think self-esteem is? So self-esteem and self-confidence, I know sometimes it's interchangeable. Some people think it's the same, but there's a difference. Okay. Self-esteem and self-confidence. So self-esteem, you want to write this down. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself. It's similar to self-worth, but it's different, right? Self-worth is how much you value yourself. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. So some people have low self-esteem because they really don't think much of themselves, right? And if they have low self-esteem, most likely they'll have low self-worth. They don't value themselves. Okay. So self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. Yes, thank you. That's right. So, on the other hand, what is self-confidence? Want to write this down. Self-confidence then is your belief in yourself. How much you believe and you trust yourself. So confidence actually comes from the Latin word fidere, means to trust. Fidere, it means to trust. So self-confidence then is, do you believe in yourself? Do you trust yourself? And that's another thing that blocks a lot of people to achieve their true potential, because people don't believe in themselves. People don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can make it, right? They look at other people and they're like, oh, so and so, he or she, they can do it because of this, right? But I can't because I have this and that, right? They make up excuses as to why they can't have what they want. Pete, do you know that? You make up excuses so that you can't have what you want. It's crazy. It's crazy. You see the mind stop you from going after what you say you want. Nobody else. You stop yourself. So this is where I come in. When I talk to my clients, I come in and then I have to, what I do is actually believe in them. Okay, you can actually transfer belief. I don't know if you know that. Like, if you have kids, for example, you can tell your kids, I believe in you. I believe you're going to do very well in school. Guess what? If they believe you, which most of the time they do, right? Then they will perform. If you tell them, "Oh, you're going to perform very badly, right, at school." Then guess what? That's what's going to happen. Do you see that? It's so crazy. So in other words, you can project belief onto someone else. You can do that, both positively as well as negatively, right? So Depends how again, your upbringings, right? Will lead to, so higher self-worth will, yes, yes, absolutely. They're all interconnected, Mercedes. They're all interconnected. If you have uh if you don't value yourself much, then you're not going to have self-confidence, you see, because you don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to think you're worth all that much, right? So if you feel good about yourself, if you have high self-esteem, right, then you have more trust in your abilities, right? Because self-confidence is in your abilities to do certain things. So if you feel good about yourself, you're like, yeah, I can do it. I can do this, right? Then guess what? You're gonna perform better. You're gonna be have able to have the abilities. You see, so they're all really interconnected. But I want to say, like, probably the foundation of it is first how you feel about yourself. That's the biggest thing. How you feel. If you don't feel all good about yourself, you're not gonna have self confidence, and you're not gonna value yourself very much, right? So I want to say self confidence, self esteem. Excuse me. Self esteem is the foundation of everything. At the end of the day, is how you feel about yourself, right? So and this, I'm sure this has happened for you guys. Sometimes you don't feel all that confident, right? But then when you go out, you portray to the outside world, and people think that, oh, but I feel like you're a very confident person, right? And you're like, oh, but I don't feel that way inside. Okay, so that leads us to the next one, which is self-image. So you want to write this down. Self-image is the way you portrayed, okay, portrayed internally and externally. There's actually two self images. You want to write that down. Two self images. One is how you portray to the outside world. So to the outside world, you're a very outgoing and confident person, for instance. Okay. But then internally, right? This is where the self esteem, you don't feel all that good about yourself, but you can portray it a certain way. You see? Yeah. Ultimately, it's the internal self-image, how you truly feel about yourself, is the one that's gonna control your results. So temporarily you can come up with a, people call it put up a front, right? In a way, you can temporarily put up a fake self-image, right? It's not fake, but it just right now you feel it's not you. Okay. You feel like it's not you. But then again, who are you really? Right? Going back to that question, people will say, oh, that's not me. Like, I don't do that. Right? I'm not good with math. Right? And then that's it. That's like a getting out of jail card. Oh, I'm not good with that. That's not who I am. But then the question I want to ask you is, do you really know who you are? And are you willing to change? So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Ask yourself this question. Am I willing to change? What do I mean by change? Which that's what I'm going to tomorrow. Are you willing to let go of all the beliefs that are not serving you? Are you willing to adopt new set of beliefs, new set of self of who you might become? Are you willing? Right? So I'm not asking you, oh, like you have to commit. I'm just asking you, are you willing? Oh, okay. Oh, thank Mercedes. I know you're willing, and that's why you're here on the call. Right? But just ask yourself. Willingness is first, okay? You have to be willing, right? And then everything else will come. Okay? So, very good. I think I'm right on the time. So, that's concluded the day 1 of the masterclass, okay? Hope you all learned something, right? Tomorrow, I'm going to go into all about alignment. Okay. How do you start aligning yourself? Okay. Internally, also externally, right? Again, internal and external. Okay. So hope to see you guys same time tomorrow. You're welcome, Brenda. Good to see you. And then, yeah, so catch you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.